it?
Barely. I might go to change that right now.
Take your melody and whatever direction it's going, make it go a different shape.
Visible Music College is an accredited Christian college. We built the school around music, music production, and music business. Young people should learn these skills together. A musician comes in and they learn how to play their instrument better, but they're also in a band, and that band is recorded by producers who are learning how to produce records. The business people are managing real people in a band. We're learning like a little microcosm of the music business. The challenge of a modern Christian creative young person is enormous. They have all of the pressure of the culture that has really come unglued. Most critical time in their life, they could end up off in some secular university where they have things that are attacking their faith.
You look at the state of a lot of colleges across this country right now, Christian parents are thinking, I don't want to send my kid to these schools because I'm not sure what's going to happen to them. Are they going to be in a place that's going to really nurture their faith rather than no solid foundation to their lives at all?
I came to Memphis to go to college, became a Christian that first year in college and started getting involved with church. Our pastor talked to us about starting a band, me and a couple friends. He said, call it Skillet and throw all the music together in the skillet, you know, and we're like, well, it's a stupid name, but we like playing together, let's start a band. What always caught my attention on the road were these young bands that would open the show. They would either be the sweet church kids with average music skill, or they would be, hey, this is a fantastic young band. I wonder if these guys, girls are gonna be in the church in 3 years. And I thought there ought to be a place for students to get that spiritual community that I had experienced that challenged me in my faith, and also get the academic skills training for a job and the academic credit. In 2000, we started recruiting for Visible Music College. With science class, we made acoustical physics. With history, it's the history of pop, the church. Even the English course is focusing on how you communicate about your music, about your faith.
You're not walking to the math and science building to go and get your college algebra credit. You're sitting in a classroom with me doing personal finance. Okay, what does it look like to take a band on tour? What is money and debt and interest rates? That's the kind of practical stuff that creatives need to have to operate in the real world. We try and incorporate both their craft and their faith and character into every class we do.
All over the globe, churches are looking for worship leaders. We've got to be ready to train young people how to be spiritual leaders as well as musical leaders. There is a power in music that causes people to awaken. We believe in the ultimate change and transformation in the power of Jesus. And when you put music and Jesus together, think about how much we could do. One thing is true, that we won't be preaching in heaven. We won't be evangelizing in heaven. We won't even be praying in heaven. But we will be worshiping in heaven. Why not start now, educate yourself now, to learn how to be the kind of worshiper that God's going to call us to be into all of eternity.
It's important to have good worship leaders, good music ministers, but then even if we're not working in a church, we are called to minister in whatever area God has placed us. So those out in the commercial music industry are sharing the love of Christ. God has placed them out there. We are sending creative musicians out into the world to share God's light.
When I was 18, I was a college student in Memphis, and I drove downtown to look for the symphony. And I ran across 200 Madison Avenue, a triangle building that was gorgeous, modern, glass and metal and concrete. And I was like, this is just the coolest mid-century modern building. The building, which I call the Gastner building and other people call it the Wedge, is designed and built in the early 70s by Francis Gastner. In Memphis, the most prestigious architecture award is the Gastner Award. And this is probably the crowning achievement of Francis Gastner. 25 years later, I was able to sign for the purchase of that building, which was nearly torn down. We came in, renovated 4 of the 6 floors, built the studios in the basement. We added this lovely 5th floor where students gather and we have our music library. And it's a hallmark of this city. It's the best mid-century modern structure we have, the coolest downtown campus that we could ever imagine. Musicians and creative people walk in the front door and they're like, we're home. And they meet the students and the staff and the program of Visible and they're like, yes, this is the community I always wanted to be a part of. We are here like a city on a hill in downtown, bringing people from around the world that love the Lord, that overflow from this building, being visible outside this campus. We're loving the city. We're loving people in a way that I think only Christians can really do. I've been asked all the time, why not do this in Nashville? Nashville is the formal dining room of music, but Memphis is the kitchen. This is where the soul food is being cooked up and the stuff is raw and amazing, and then you go make it in Los Angeles, Atlanta, Nashville, the processed version of what you did. Every style of music that is American came through Memphis at some point. From the Delta blues, things that converged to make rock and roll, gospel music, jazz. We're sitting on top of that legacy, saying people of faith in a Christian college can be very creative and be a part of the mainstream of music.
This is one of the safest zip codes in the city of Memphis.
The baseball field, a minor league team that's right across the street from us. You can go on the 5th floor and just watch some of the games.
We've got apartments around here, hotels. It's a few blocks to the river. We've got Beale Street, 2 blocks south of here. A lot of people live, work down here, and we're seeing an increasing number of apartments being built here, companies being down here, because there's a great cool space in downtown Memphis.
Visible Music College was hit hard in the pandemic. A lot of our students went home and off campus.
We went remote for about a semester. Student housing that we built brand new. A lot of students choosing to do remote classes. A lot of students kind of delayed college or didn't enter college at all. Our recruitment took a hit during that time.
There was a drain on finances of the school, trying to keep in-person learning together. Part of the financial struggle has been coming out of the pandemic with the loan programs and things that were strings attached and a lot of stuff that's burdened the school.
Like that. Check this out.
Wow. You don't look like a musician at all. Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, GQ.
Doing ministry as a small Christian college is a struggle. It's a lot of work. In our 25th year, we're starting a campaign to solidify Visible Music College and sustain it into the next 25 years. A big part of our responsibility in caring for these students is to care for this campus. And that's what we're spending our attention on this year, the upkeep, renovation, and improvement of the facility for the students. Our hope is that 25 years from now, 1,000 more students have come through here, and the building still stands as an amazing picture of what creative Christians can do.
Without your help, we cannot continue to do what we do. We ask you to prayerfully consider giving, to prayerfully consider a partnership with us to help us do the kingdom work that God has called us to do.
Help keep these doors open for the future of this city, for the future of the next generation.
All this belongs to God, and it's His mission and it's His school. We've been going 25 years by His grace and mercy, continue to do so in His plans. We're excited about what's next. It's a phenomenal journey to be part of.
Please join us. You have no idea how your gift can substantially help the creative Christian young people to impact the world and this culture for the name of Jesus.